Okay.
As well, so
Happy
you yak
to.
all you want.
I'm Dianne Donnoe. I live in Fair Oaks, California. We first met Carol Kellogg in about 18 years ago when we were getting ready to list our home. So we contacted 3 different realtors just wanting to get a marketing plan. She responded overnight. We had a package of materials. We were impressed by her presentation as well as her printed materials. And since that time, our family has done over 24 transactions with her for both buying and selling various types of properties. For every one of our transactions with Carol and the rest of the team, so responsive. They think of details that, even though we're pretty experienced in buying and selling, she thinks of things that we haven't thought of, handles them. She's very proactive and always wants to have, and we have experienced win-win outcomes. So not only for our end of the transaction, but for either the buyer and seller on the other end. Well, starting about 18 years ago, we were so impressed by not only her experience, but her professionalism throughout the entire transaction that when it came time for another transaction, we knew exactly who we wanted to go with. It was no hesitation. A confidence that in all aspects of the transaction, it would be handled in a most expeditious way. We never ever would send an email and never hear back. So she would take our calls instantly, respond to texts or emails. We just had every confidence that our friends and family would be happy with the level of service that she and her teams provided. To describe the services in one word, that would be hard for me for one word, but I would say integrity. An example of that, a shining example, is there have been several transactions where she not only represented us on half the transaction, but she was also representing the other end, either whether it be the buyer or the seller. Very impressed to see how important it is that each is an arm's length transaction. Both ends of the transaction are handled fairly and with a lot of follow-up. Our reaction when we heard that Carol was going to be making a change is, as a small business owner, I can imagine that there are a lot of companies that would be delighted to have her as a part of their team. So my presumption was that other companies were seeking her out. I think her reputation is stellar, and I have no doubt that whoever acquires her on their team would be thrilled.